Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a quick review on the Arteza cold press watercolor sketchbook. It's from the Premium series and it measures 8.3 inches by 5.1 inches. These are 21 centimeters by 13 centimeters. The paper weight is 230 GSM. And the paper is the same as in the big journal from them. One side is textured and the other side is smooth. And one thing I like to mention is that this word premium does not mean that the paper is the same as the premium paper from their paper pads. It looks completely different. It has a really better texture. I think it looks more natural and more like typical watercolor paper. The Premium series paper has a lined texture. I don't know how to describe this, but it's not my favorite. But this texture is really interesting. I would love if both sides of the paper would have this texture. I really enjoy playing in these journals. What I don't like, as I said, is that smooth side. I prefer to use them with either gesso or aqua ground. Because of that non-texture, the colors don't look as vibrant as on the textured sides. For example, when you use a granulating color, then it doesn't have that great granulation effect as it has on the texture sides. I've already started my little page. I'm doing a quick loose watercolor painting. I have a longer video for this kind of style published a few days ago, and I will link you up to this video if you are interested in a real tutorial for this painting. I'm working with the Arteza watercolor pencils and also with their 36 pan watercolor set. I would be really interested if you have Arteza products, and especially if you are using their papers and which one of them you like the most. I will put up a voting into the info box. Some quick information, what I think about the watercolor pencils. They are different from other watercolor pencils I have because they have more of an opaque look when you use them, and I think they are more like a gouache paint when you dilute them with water. To be true, I don't use them very often because I prefer the Inktense pencils, but these are on a much pricier side. And also the watercolors, they are not my favorite watercolors because I have real artist watercolors here. And yes, Arteza say this is artist quality, but you get a real nice metal tin with these colors, and I believe it costs about 35 euros, and it couldn't be that the watercolor is artist grade when you get them for this price in a metal tin. The metal tin is really great, and if you are a beginner to watercolors, or if you are not sure if you like watercolors and you just want to try them out, these are really worth the price. They are not bad, they are nice to play with, they have a nice flow. The metal tin is absolutely great, and you don't waste any money when you get yourself these watercolors, or even if you are a mixed media artist and just need the watercolors from time to time in your sketchbook or in your art journal, then this is something I would recommend buying. And for example, if you decide you want to dive in deeper into watercoloring and you want to get yourself some more expensive watercolors, you have a nice metal tin and you can just restock your plate with higher quality paints. By the way, the colors that are on the right side in my box you see above are not from Arteza. This contains only 36 colors. The colors inside here are from the Winsor & Newton Cotman travel set, and I pulled them out because I filled that travel tin with the Arteza metallic gouache paints. Talking a little bit more about the paper, when I compare the textured side with my 100% cotton paper, it feels very similar. And these are my favorite watercolor sketchbooks. I also have others from other brands, but I prefer the Arteza ones. I would just love if their papers would have both sides textured. You also can see that my page is not very much wrinkling. I have clipped some pages together with a paper clip on the right side. That's something I always do in a watercolor sketchbook. That keeps the paper a little bit more in place. I have a 10% off code for you on the Arteza products in my description box, and you find all links to the products also in the description box. I have also listed my favorite Arteza supplies, which is mostly paper and gouache paint, in my Amazon storefront. I have still also that 2 free month trail in my description box for the Skillshare subscription, and if you want to dive into watercolors, this might be very interesting for you. You can use the 2 free month and cancel in time, and you won't pay anything, and you have thousands of watercolor or other illustration videos. Here you see me adding some scribbly marks to the page, and I'm using that black watercolor pencil and dip the nib into water and then draw my lines, and this gives a really dark and chunky impression. And what I'm also using is a simple pencil to add some more scribbly marks to the page. I love that look. I think that looks very interesting. To finish up the page, I just add a tiny little bit of background stamping. I'm using the Mixer Sentiment stamp from Rubber Dance. And I'm also making some splatters to my page with the watercolors. I think that makes the page look even more vibrant. And this was definitely my last video before Christmas. I think I will be back on Thursday with a new art journaling video. And again, I wish you a Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a wonderful time with your family. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope we see us in my next video. Bye!